don't even know why they discussing it. Well, yes, I do. Never mind, I do. I said I don't even know why they discussing that, but I know why. Girl, just send me the picture, because that make me so mad. Girl, turn that TV off. Or turn the channel. Turn the channel. Girl, no. Don't listen. Don't listen. I know. Listen. What I want to know is how the conversation went with the girl that you're looking at now, right now. The girl that's talking right now on the talk or whatever you watching. Bitch. Wait a minute. I ain't no good to talk to right now because I'm trying to make some sense out of something. How? Let me do your little story time. When we was working on Black, I was the girl's mother, and the girl's father looked like he was the complexion of a DeBarge, bitch. Okay. It wasn't until halfway through the movie we was telling the director, we was like, oh, this our daughter though? Girl, and we just started rolling like halfway. It was like a joke for the whole last half of the shoot. She ain't gonna appreciate how this gonna end up. This ain't gonna end well for her. She'll be like, who took the DNA test? The New World Cable Communication Truck people? Now you rethinking the whole motherfucking thing. Cause you know, I was like, bitch, I can show you video of the truck. I can show you when they was sitting there in the back eating on Sunday.
That different truck? No, it's the same one. New World Communication. You see him in there? Yeah, we got you. New World Communication. New World Order. Bro. Hey, I saw it like you did. Make your turn before he call the people. The jacket people on it. I told you. It's all suspect. What if they like CIA wiretapping? Right.
The New World Order little DVD that just happened to be standing up. It was all, everything just was placed conveniently. The energies of the universe was just falling in line like, bitch, you are woke. And I'm like, nope, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. Ain't nobody body snatching me because I know too much. I don't know nothing. You mean, nigga, I don't know nothing. Y'all do what y'all do. And let me live and leave the people I love alone. That's all I'm asking. Cause I realize I can't change people's mind. People, y'all did a good job conditioning an entire species of beings, But yeah, I'm just gonna stay in this corner and live life and try to influence others in a constructive way. And I'll do my best not to wake people up. For it's all the same to y'all. If you gonna leave me alone, shit, girl, that's not the only thing. They worshiping a lot of fuckery. It's people hung up on a lot. Religion is like one of the worst of all. But that's not the only one. They got a whole bunch of stuff going on. That people are like. And like I said, the commodity ain't even money no more. It's popularity. You don't even have to be. You know what I mean? You don't have to be doing it. You don't need to be a good person. You don't need to. None of that matters. Because everybody's like, well, at least they got money. Because that's the answer. That's the commodity. That's what's important. Or they got such and such number 5. They might not have no money, but they got half million followers. So that's all that's needed. So I'm just not, and every time I say something, even when I try to tiptoe and be gentle, and that's not even my style. It's a light at the end of the tunnel, bitch. But that's a train coming. But I can't, I step back in my lane in a minute, girl. It happens every day because I don't even know why I try, but I tiptoe and I'll be like, first I'll start off with a compliment because I know they need that, you know what I mean? And I'll be like, oh, so whatever, amazing. And be like, I would encourage you, to choose really to morally better people in general in your life, so you don't experience, this experience they just shared with everybody on video that they had because they made a certain choice, right? And so I'll give them all the compliments and accolades, and I'll be like, I encourage you, to choose people based on their moral character. And they'd be like, I'm the woman I am today because of my experiences, and so I blah, 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 blah. And I'll be like, you know what? I apologize, because I don't even know your struggle. And I was like, believe it or not, I actually do know how to stay in my lane, and I'm going to do it. Because I'm still working on it. I'm a work in progress. But take care of yourself. You're going to do well. In the next month, this bitch got another story. Because you didn't want to listen to the old lady that's sitting up there complimenting you on, having learned your lesson. But you're going to go make the same motherfucking mistake because you so busy telling me that made you what you are today. Okay, bitch. It don't upset me, but I don't want you to compassion pimp me about it when it comes to Roos. That's all my thing is. If I said something, and I don't even need you to accept it, really, but text me back time I get your life. But my heart be going out to kids, you know, the kids, because they're going to be affected as adults. I don't even like them as kids, but I try to find a more gentle way to interrupt the absorption of bullshit, you know, because as kids, that's when they absorbing literally everything, because they're so smart, you know, and so they're really absorbing everything. But what I've come to learn is that smart young people can be the most dangerous to themselves, are the most dangerous to themselves in a lot of cases, you know, because not only because you're ignorant and smart, like, at the same time. that sound like an oxymoron. I'm not eliminating myself from that equation on any level. But for the areas where as far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna go ahead and embrace that I excel in terms of human behavior and genuineness and stuff. I just, you know, in terms of assessing character and deciding what I will or won't allow to embrace in my life and relationships. That's all. I not only see what you're saying, but I agree what you're saying, which is why I'm so easy to back up when people you know, not oppose, or they defend their choices. That's why I'm so easy to back up. I just don't have a track record of fuckboys on my relationship list. In fact, I have never entertained nobody that's ever been disrespectful to me, or if I have for any matter of moments, that interaction is gonna end instantly. Like, I don't waste any time. There's no gentle way to walk out of this. Like, this is not gonna work. Bye. And that's it. You know, that's it. It depends. And for the most part, I believe that people, because and again, I'm the only one. Like in the example of a lot of powerful women, you know, they have the Condoleezza Rice types that excel professionally, but maybe in Oprah, or maybe in their personal lives, you know, not from the general understanding, not so much. But my opinion is that that most people choose their friends in the very same way that they choose their relationships and don't realize it. Because if you didn't, then there wouldn't be such a popular consensus of people going like once there was a conversation on where they were talking about, you know, who you could or couldn't leave your man in a room with. Would you be less likely to leave your man in a room with a friend or a family member? And just to even have that conversation, and for there to be such a huge population of people that could easily chime in on it and relate to it, and everybody has a general familiar opinion, because you could be like, oh no, I wouldn't leave my man, or whatever. And in my singular mind, I'm thinking, who the fuck are you choosing in your life that you can't leave them in a motherfucking room together without shit going down? Like, I didn't pick the subject matter. I'm just telling you, there was a you know, of course, obviously, a lot of people were calling in, they were able to relate to it. But the whole time, my brain is crackling like sparkling firecrackers, because I'm like, I can't even, like, it's not even an uncomfortable concept for me. If I left my man, if I have a man and I leave him in a room with a friend or family member, I would like to think when I leave, they'd be like, that bitch crazy, but I love her dirty drawers. I do too, nigga. I love her too. I would like to think that the conversation, like, how is it even, this is rhetorical. Like, how is it even a thing? And it is a thing, and it is like, nobody, excuse me, not nobody, but there aren't likely a lot of other people that would even be surprised and or appalled that could even be a subject, because they can relate to it directly. And so, in the words of whoever the rapper is that sings a song, I brag different. That's all it is. And I do most everything different. And okay, maybe it's more common than I think it is. But the discomfort with leaving your man in a room with a friend or a family member. You know, I can't, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I was just using that as an example to express to you what you asked me about, what was different about me. And again, like I said, I always do supplement whatever my ideas are with the fact that it is just me. I always supplement that, always. Anybody else would perceive anything the way I do. I'm not even assuming that, and I'm not even saying it is right for anybody else. In fact, what my choices are definitely not going to be seen as necessarily the right choice for other people. I clearly know that, and that's why I always back up and say, you know, you're right. I get that, but I'm not trying to defend what I'm saying at all for anybody else's life. So let me jump real quick, since you brought up religion. Bitch, the whole definition of business was the utilization of other people's money. And it was a respectful thing. That's why the consumer was always right for so long. You know, and I was like, but no, that's not the priority. Nothing's a priority. Nothing moral is a priority anymore. And I can't say that because that, again, but I went all the way into teenagehood. I apologized to her for being that teenager. I was like, but I was an introvert. And I was like, that's just who I was. I was like, but the reality is I cheated myself out of a friendship in my mother, that I could have had in my mother, that she was open to, because she tried, but I was that teenager, I shut down. I wasn't interested. But it wasn't because I didn't like her. It's because I was an introvert. And I was really okay with my what everybody else interpreted as my loneliness. And so I was like, I told her, I was like, but you are as awesome a woman as you are a mother. And that was me. That was just me. I'm built that way. And there was nothing you could have done to make me, open up to you as a friend. I ain't open up to my friends as a friend. Bitch, people come over just to visit, unannounced. I'll be like, I wasn't expecting nobody. So, you tell them what you need to tell them. She would make me come out, you have company, entertain your company. No, I don't have company. Company to let you know I'm coming over and we gonna chill. I don't have no company. Somebody just stop by. That ain't for me. No, bitch, you made a wasted trip. That's what you did. But yeah, I went through my whole damn childhood, and I was talking about, because Uncle Kurt knew. He was like, everybody else be like, play with the other kids. No, Uncle, no, she don't need that. She good. I promise you. She having a good time by herself. She having a creative, fun time. I don't know what she making playing with, a building, but she doing good. Don't make her play with the other kids if you don't want to. Girl, we went through so many things. It was a 45-minute conversation. She's like, was that the longest you ever talked to your mother? When I got toward the end, I just stopped because my mama started listening, and she was listening, bitch. I was telling the preacher's wife a thing or two, you hear me? And she said, look, and I stopped, for a minute, because I realized I had just been going on, and she had just started absorbing shit. Like one of these bitches I be trying to tell something that this time they listen this time. And so I said, I'm so sorry, Mom. I was like, but thank you for letting me vent. I was like, I was just getting out my chest. I'm just going through a line. I'm just good. I was like, but I preached a sermon, didn't I? She said, yes, baby, you did. I felt like my mama was so proud of me, low-key, but she couldn't say it because I knew I could feel her energy because she was too quiet. But she was right there. And I was like, I couldn't be all the way in because half of it was saying this Christianity is some bullshit, right? Right, she's going to be all the way in. But I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I just preached a sermon. She's like, yes, baby, you did. I'm going to upload it and just tag you in it so you can see it if you want to. But, oh, man, I don't know if that's the longest I ever talked to, but I ain't never had that conversation like that. I was like, see, that's why we don't smoke when we talk to our parents. But it ended up good. I was like, can you imagine if we was both? It would have been, oh, man. She would have had the friendship she wanted when I was a teenager. I know she was in her spirit going, yeah, girl. Girl, yeah. Just like Cookie Jr., the little girl that played when they do a flashback of Cookie on Empire. That's exactly what it's like. With braces and everything. The hair, she looked just like I don't even watch Empire, but if I see a clip of a flashback where her and Lucy, where she was listening to Lucius rap on the corner, I'd be like, oh, don't go over there, don't go. If you don't take your ass back across that street, don't fuck with Lucius. You don't know what it's gonna be like. You're gonna do 17 years for him. But yeah, let that hair down with mom. But we call it half the time we call it the truth serum, because trying to trick me or something one time, but he did his thing, and he was like, yeah, I was gonna surprise you or trick you or whatever. He was like, and now I'm just telling you all what I had planned. We be calling it the truth serum. That should be making you tell on yourself. Yeah, I was gonna do this for you. I didn't want you. I was gonna surprise you. Oh well, shit. Here, have another hit. So I can see what the rest of the plans were. Shit, you telling me everything.
Y'all got to have a conversation. She got to meet at.
That's literally what happened. Because I was thinking about starting a series about parenting an introvert. Because parenting is hard as it is. If you're parenting an introvert, it's easy to interpret their behavior as black sheepness or depression, or even though it might be depression as well. By the time because when I was young, and this was, I think this was junior high maybe, but I had decided to do what they're now calling minimalism, right? I just felt like, because I never was a materialistic girl, and I felt like I had too much shit that I don't even use or play with or whatever. And there are other people in school that love whatever I had. I can't remember all the stuff I had. But so I decided, I made a list of people to give things to. And I didn't realize, I as an adult I do, but I didn't realize adults interpret that as a sign of somebody finna commit suicide when they give stuff away that that would be important to you. And so I was minimalizing. That's all I was doing. And I guess the fact that on the list for some of the people to get some stuff was people that I didn't necessarily get along with. But to me, that wasn't no reason to give the stuff to people that would appreciate it the most. You know what I mean? If this person likes science more, maybe I'll give them my beakers.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't have to like you because I'm not that childish person, even though I'm a child. In my mind.
Now, right here, I will stop you and tell you. Now, see, here is when you put, but that's just me. Because really, literally, almost literally, that's just you.
Yeah.
People wouldn't have known that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they knew you, and only Uncle Pop.
Right, exactly. And so I didn't realize that at that time. That's why I started having meetings with the counselor and shit. And I still didn't, the whole time I didn't get it. And I'm like, oh, they thought I was going to kill myself. They thought I was going to kill myself. I'm holding moral value more important than material things, and they think I'm going to kill myself. Really? Okay, bitch.
Right.
The world we live in.
Right. So, and even the kids would talk, because even the people I didn't like, they would be like, why would she give me this, though? What's going on, So, yeah, because I'm trying to minimize. I don't need this shit. This shit is shit I use, and I just have it, and I don't, and even when my parents ask me what I want for my birthday or Christmas, nothing. I don't want nothing. Because I don't like the way people act that always be going around, expecting things, or even people that always want to jump in the picture. Because to me, it was a symptom of a certain character trait. But it didn't make me not, if I didn't like somebody, I didn't make myself suffer for it, because that's what hate does. You try to do bad things or wish bad on them. I didn't wish bad on people. But what's funny is that people that I didn't like or didn't like me, things would happen in their life. And another thing that I did was, it was hard for me to sleep. I had nocturnal insomnia, so I couldn't sleep at night. My dad even used to call me the bear. He used to say I hibernate in the day and stay up all night. Or he called me Dracula. I had a bunch of nicknames, for not really being able to sleep at night. So something I would like to do is I would get a black candle, because other candles, the flame would be too bright. And so it would be like a lighter zone in the room. But I like the black candle because the flame was kind of muffled. And I would lay in the bed and I would just stare at the flame to help me sleep. Like that was my, what do you call it, supplement to help you sleep? Start with an M or something. Melanin. Melanin, I think it is. I think it might be melanin or something.
Okay. Like
But
opposite of a no-dose.
Yeah, I think it might be melanin. It's just a vitamin though. But anyway, so to me that was my thing to try to help me go to sleep, even though it was a fire hazard, so I had to do it behind my parents' back. They knew I had black candles, but if I lit them, I tried to light it on the day with no problem. But they didn't want to come in and see no flame lit and I'm asleep, because that's a fucking fire hazard.
No, that's motherfucking right.
Right, and it really is. So my friends knew I like black candles, and I could tell them exactly what it's for, because then it's not too bright to light up the room, and I could just, I can go sleep. But bitch, next thing you know, I'm a witch, because everybody I don't like, their whole life turns upside down.
So,
Yeah, bitch, I was a witch. I guess a good
Suicidal with.
suicidal witch, bitch.
Oh my God.
And I'm in my adult mind as a child. I'm in my adult mind going, what's wrong with these people? What is wrong? What do they think? What do they think? I don't even know. I don't know. I've just had the strangest life, but it's been wonderful.
Oh my God, that shit is hilarious to me at this minute, but I know at the time
Girl.
it had to be torture.
I'm
Like,
like,
what the fuck?
And I'm like, I didn't feel like anybody was picking on me. I'm just like, why don't they? It's not even nothing.
Understand?
It's not even nothing to understand. I'm sitting here telling you what's.
But a witch? Like, how the fuck?
girl,
Okay.
But I guess because when people didn't like me, it didn't affect me. Usually when somebody like you, they'd be like, I don't know why she don't like me. I don't like her neither. And they find this list of stuff why you unlikable. If somebody didn't like me, or if I didn't like somebody, I would be like, so I didn't care. Shit. Or if
You're like the opposite of that girl you used to work with who was so motherfucking happy.
right,
The one that used to love everything.
right.
I was indifferent, bitch. And I was like, or like if it's somebody, I could say say like I don't like somebody, but I don't need to discuss them. Like, you know how girls do? They'll be like, oh, look at her. She just running around here with that such and such. And I was like, but bitch, are we really gonna spend our social energy discussing what she doing that we don't like though? Is that what we gonna do? Cause that's what teenage girls do. But that's not what I was. That just wasn't. I was like, girl, that's. Petty wasn't a word back then, but I was like, that's childish. I was like, that's fun to you. That's
girlish, and I was a boy. I definitely.
If people ask me about, you know, part of my tomboyism was that I like how when dudes don't get along, they be like, I don't fuck with that nigga and he don't fuck with me, and that's it. We don't like each other, but they didn't just want to go. I mean, people would fight when they fight, but when they just didn't fuck with each other, I don't fuck with that nigga, he don't fuck with me. That's it, and that's how dudes do. And I was like, that's what I love about dudes because
Sure like about it.
Huh?
I said all mature like about
Yeah.
it.
Ironically,
We just don't fuck with each other.
Right.
Ain't nothing,
We just don't
ain't
fuck.
nothing to discuss.
yeah, ain't nothing to discuss, and I ain't need to be worried about what he doing that I don't appreciate.
About me, nigga.
Right.
We know where each other is.
Right. Okay, she wearing a short dress. She gonna get fingered. Okay. What they we gonna smell like it when she get fingered? Is it gonna affect how our pussies work?
Right.
Cause bitch, no. I don't like her, so I'm not gonna discuss her. God damn.
I don't even care. It ain't even interesting.
Right. Right. In fact, I'll speak to her tomorrow if she had a good fingering the night before and she feeling funky, you know, and be like, hey, what's up? We ain't finna sit and talk and hang out, but you ain't finna spend my whole gossip time with her in it. Can we find some? Okay, tell me what she doing good in her life. Because I'd like to hear that. Because since I don't like her, I'd like to know that she's doing something different for herself, her own self. How about that? But anyway, yeah, girl, I had a interesting childhood because it was mixed with adult thinking, and it just didn't. And I try to. I think when people hear me mention that I'm an indigo child, I think it sounds exaggerated and unbelievable because you don't see a lot of black indigo children. And even the white ones that they show like on different documentaries and stuff, even some of them I'm like,
I've never seen that. I've never heard of that. What is an indigo child?
It's almost like a conscious child, a child that was almost born conscious. And they aren't really receptive to authority, but it's not because authority is authority, it's because authority is telling them things that don't make sense. And they're like, wait, but you know, it's not a rebellious rejection of authority. It's just like if you're gonna tell me something, I'm gonna need it to make basic sense. You know what I mean? Just like
A correction of the.
Yeah, and they can't handle it especially from a child. You know what I mean? And also, some of them are known to have exceptional superhuman powers to where, you know, like a lot of my dreams would actually come true. And I was kind of mesmerized to hear that sometimes she'll have some dreams and they'll come true. One of my nieces. And so I didn't comment at all, but I was sitting there thinking, I was like, ooh. And I was like, but they definitely are not indigo children, I promise you that. But I was like, oh, I wonder if that happens with her. Because she would say, she said, not like scary nightmare dreams and nothing like that. She's like, but just random stuff. Like I would dream that, you know, that we would go to the mall specifically, and then we would say hi to this person that we didn't even meet before. And then we would go to the mall and the same order of stores and run it. So, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, I wonder if she's experienced the same thing I experienced. And there was also this thing where I would go to sleep, bitch, and I would have to try to wake myself up because there would be this tingling thing in my head. It would be it wouldn't be painful, but it was so uncomfortable. It's like somebody was buzzing and electricity in my head. And so I was like, and so I would try to wake myself up. So I would force myself awake, and I wouldn't want to go back to sleep because it's just going to start again over and over again. But I'd be so sleepy, I'd go back to sleep and hear that bitch is again. Fuck. What is that fucking electricity tingling in my fucking head? What the fuck? And so I would try to wake myself up. And there would be times where I would be dreaming. I thought everybody could do this until I talked to people and as an adult, and I'm like, oh, everybody couldn't do that. Sometimes if I'm dreaming, I knew I was dreaming, I would do crazy stuff that you know you can't do as a physical human. Like I would, you know how some people dream they falling? I would go jump off that cliff. I'd be like, cause I'm gonna wake up. Or like there would be sometimes when I got older and I started having less of it, but I still was older, obviously. And I would be dreaming. I would be, and you know, your little hormones get to acting up, and I still ain't fucking with no fuckboys, right? So if I'm dreaming and I know I'm dreaming, I bet not see no male nothing. He could be retarded. He could be 2 feet tall. If I see anything with a penis, I'm gonna try to fuck it. I'm gonna sleep with everybody. I might sleep with a couple of bitches too. Who is it? Who in this dream? Because everything goes in this motherfucker. Who here? Because everything goes. And so, but then eventually I stopped that because then I start thinking further, and I start thinking, what if real life is the dream, and when we go to sleep, that's real life? That means I'm a hoe. I'm a hoe. In real dream life.
Not necessarily. That means you're a slut.
I'm a slut, right? I'm a slut in dream life, which is actually real life, but we don't realize it because we're walking around in a physical dream human form. So I was like, okay, let me stop being a dream hoe and stop fucking everything that moves in a fucking, when I realize I'm dreaming. Because sometimes I still didn't realize I was dreaming until, but there were times where I'd be like, because something would happen and I'd be like, wait, is this a dream? Because I'm finna go fuck some people. I'm finna fuck some people, and I'm gonna wake up and see if I had a wet dream, because I heard that boys be having them things, and I don't be waking up with no wet bed. I'm gonna go fuck some people or some things. I'm gonna fuck the lamp. Where the lamp at? I'm gonna fuck that motherfucker. So I was like, I'm gonna fuck everything before I wake up. What the fuck?
I ain't got but a few more hours.
Right. And then
I know I gotta get out of here, Bobby
Right.
Brand tomorrow.
Right.
Right, then back to virginity I go. So yeah, girl, it was in a life, albeit, you know, in a bubble, so to speak. Because of indigo, you might be, that might interest you to find out about indigo children.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I never heard of the term, but you know, the things you speak of is, I mean, you know, hey, you know what I mean? You hear people that, you know, these things, kind of things happen to, but I ain't never know it was a term. Like, that's good. I will research indigo.
Yeah, and they don't. You hardly ever see any black ones but then you know, media is controlled too, so you know.
I was about to say, and how do you know what I'm saying? How are they identified and hidden?
Well. Right, exactly. You know what I think? And that's why I'm glad that didn't happen to me. What I think is that some parents, because they have one, and so you don't know what to think. You know, your child is saying like one little girl said she used to live in some house, and she actually, in the car, her parents, so I'm glad they were open to do it. Her parents drove her, they took the route that she gave them directions, bitch, in the car, and showed them where she used to live. She said she used to play in some railroad tracks or some shit. And it was in a whole different town, bitch. And they went to the house and they found the motherfucking railroad tracks, bitch, that she remembered playing on. She remembered the time where her foot, I guess her shoe or foot got caught in one of the wood train panel things. And there was a story about the people who had lived in that house and what had happened to the little girl. She didn't die. It was just she got a foot stuck or something. But so I was like, okay, this little bitch might be an indigo child, for real. But some of the stuff is just our parents were gifted children and they don't really know how to handle it. So they take them to somebody. And the scary part about that bitch is that I believe that a lot of indigo children get taken away and studied. And so they don't really get to live a life. You know, but their life would still be different than most people's, no matter what. No matter what you do, your life is going to be different because everything is such perspective adds such an element to how every human experiences everything. Like I said, as I grow older and more conditioned, because we all, like you said, we all got some levels of conditioning. As I grow older and more conditioned, and also less conditioned, because I still have even more questions as I get older. But there are some areas that I have to say willingly conditioned, because sometimes I just like when you hear me say, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. As soon as I start seeing something that's clearly different, no, I don't know. I don't want no trouble. Nope. So whoever looking, watching, I don't know nothing. I'm just gonna do some laundry and, mind my business. Like, because every time I talk about the farm code on my videos, all of them, and since I told you that, one of the videos got approved for monetization, so the little yellow dollar sign just turned green.
I don't know what you just said.
Okay.
You told me about what video?
When I told you like they would hold all my videos that have anything to do with the pharmaceutical industry or the healthcare industry. And so they said it's not advertiser friendly, so they won't let you select it for monetization. And it's
Oh, okay.
and so after I told you that, I went to one of the videos and I took any tag that had anything to do with health or medicine or doctors or anything out of the tags. And so one of them yellow signs turned green, like it was suddenly approved. Really?
Well,
You can't do medical shit without approval. I mean, they ain't gonna approve nothing with any.
And my thing is, they will, but you gotta request a review, and then they might let you mind. But I ain't requesting a review because that'll draw a flag, and I don't want no flags because y'all gonna be watching all my other stuff to make sure I'm not telling the truth about your bitch ass. So no, I'd rather you don't. Your excuse, really, that's your excuse, not advertiser friendly. Don't put ads on it then. I gotta accommodate your ads when I'm just putting up a video talking about what the fuck I want to talk about.
You're using our site to do it, and so we have to have some compensation. If we can't get you to put
Fuck out of here. I take all them tags out. The only thing is,
just necessary, Miss Jim.
it don't matter because don't nobody watch my shit. So why are you worried about how I advertise? Wait till I'm a threat that somebody gonna listen to me. Ain't nobody listening to me.
Maybe somebody is. Maybe that's what they know and you don't know. Somebody who they looking at is listening to you.
Girl.
Why are they listening to this one?
And I always acknowledge. I'll be like, I ain't no threat, ain't nobody studying me. I was like, what my area of threat is that I have the ability to communicate to people who do have the ability to communicate to other people that I don't have the tolerance to deal with. That's probably what their problem is. That got to be the only problem, because I be like, ain't nobody thinking about me. But I guess I make too much, because I be trying to, I be like, why nobody think about that sometimes? Think about it. I'm like, I'd be basic, I'd be like, yo, like, I mean, golly. And then I come back and I be like, I know it seems like I ain't trying to be nobody's alarm clock. I ain't waking nobody up. That ain't my job, child. I ain't even built for it. I ain't built for it. But yeah, Indy, I heard that term a couple of times, like a couple of teachers or maybe people that were, over certain youth organizations or something. I heard that term indigo child, but I didn't look that up until later. And so I didn't really have it under. And plus I was an introvert with that, on top of that, which makes me okay with not feeling alone in it, even though I was alone, because I was okay with being alone in it, It's cool. I just don't understand why everybody else don't see it, but I don't have no problem that they don't. That's, they got the option. They got the option.
They saw suicide. They saw...
Girl.
Motherfuckers saw suicide. What else they...
But it's really hard to see. And I think I told that to my mom too. I was like, it's really difficult to raise an indigo child in general, because the first thing that probably come to people's mind is the black sheep of the family. But the thing is, the indigo child ain't just getting in trouble all over the place. In fact, they're the grades pretty much excel, but they're not the typical, smart nerd person. Cause it's like their popularity doesn't suffer, but they don't have no big old entourage of fuckery going on around them either. It's an odd thing. It's not, well, I guess it's, I don't want to say it's just me, but it's not typical. That's what I'll say. It's not typical, but it
sounded kind of me when you were saying like you don't want to play with the kids, but they'll say some company, you got company and all that.
Yeah.
It's almost like some people kind of expect if she too and she ain't talking or or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. They expect you to be social at that point, and they don't look at it like So if you don't know it and they don't know it, to them it's just wrong with her. She don't talk to people or some shit, even with the introverts. But, I don't know. It just, to me, it seems like, I don't know. But then I'm weird that way.
Yeah, but
it's like people need to look at people as individuals, because especially parents, but
yeah.
you know, it's a guideline, and you do get influenced
Right.
by your environment.
There,
I was gonna say there is an accurate generalization that people can't. You know, I mean, you can generalize, but it just.
Man, you had a discussion about the whole thing before. Like,
yeah.
that people really say to, so, it's
Yeah.
like really, you really encouraging holism, but
Yeah.
you don't see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the
Exactly.
shit. Okay, I got it.
Exactly.
I never get the logical search.
Exactly.
But,
Exactly.
hey, all right then.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Exactly.
That's just me is preceded by what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm gonna do. That's what it is. So, but I love you so much. In case I haven't told you in the last 5 minutes.
Well, you probably tell me every day. Oh, thank you. I love you
I
too.
love you so
Just
much.
I just marvel at my mirror. I'll be like,
I know.
People would never say that's
I
exactly
know.
you. But that bitch and me, no.
I know.
I was like, just looking, people would not know how Twinkies we are, bitch. I'm talking about, like, if you didn't know why they call Twinkies, because it's 2 of them motherfuckers in the package that look just like, yeah.
You tell my brother, I said, hey, brother.
I will. He said, when I told him, I was like, yeah, we was talking about, I told him you was talking about what we need to move, whatever, because we was like, there's time. We'll work it out.
Right, it's still nice. Really, to me, I'm like, but I don't never go nowhere. I stay in the house any goddamn way, but that would be probably anywhere unless I was in some beautiful place like Arizona with mountains. Then I'd be out looking at the fucking mountains, looking at the stars and all that old shit. I'd be out doing that.
Yes, bitch.
But I'll be right here in the house. I might sit on the deck when the sun out.
I had to get I'm just coming down from my taking advantage of my visit, but I have to get back on my work schedule. Get that money together and replenish all the money that has gone into my mouth and I know
that's right.
And
you got a long work schedule ahead of you.
I do, and other such.
You went to the dentist.
And other such. Yep. You right. You absolutely right. And bitch, let me tell you about the Postal Chronicles before I let you go and quit and not hold your hostage no more. So I went to the post. I always expect what I expect. So and so I pulled up to the parking lot, and I was sitting there, and whenever I park, I be turning the camera on because I know I can count on it. I pulled into the parking lot, I turned on the camera before I pulled to the parking lot, and I looked up in the camera and I was like, I'm finna go in the post office. Y'all pray for me, right? So I'm getting myself together, bitch. Da-dump. Really? And I turned, I was like, is this on camera? And I looked and I just started saying, really? In the camera. I'm like, really? The privileged white lady next to me parked she parked all diagonal crazy. So when she got out her door, she knocked the shit out of my passenger door. She bent down all up. She tried to get all in my window. I'm like the window was down, but it ain't. She tried to get on, and she was like, she had praying mantis hand, like, I'm so sorry. And so I looked at her, I was like, don't worry about it. And she's like, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to do that. But it wasn't no tap, bitch. You free. You free. So you parked crazy, and then you just got out the car free. So I was like, okay. So I had to sit there for a minute, and I was like, okay, because I'm already expecting bullshit when I go inside. I done got some bullshit before I even got in there. Okay. Calm down. So I go in there, bitch, and I look in there, and there's a little note in my box. So I have to go to the desk to pick up whatever this package is. And this is a package that Eric's gonna pick up for me the Saturday before because because it is what it is. But I was like, I wanted to pick up the package so that I could send it back with. But it just, okay. So I went up there, and fortunately, the only person that was up there was a racist lady. So I was like, oh fuck. But I do.
You know what's fucked up when you happy that the only motherfucker there is the racist bitch. Really? You know it's a fucked up place to go into when you happy to see the least fucked up one.
You see her?
I'm just saying, you said that's the only one was in there.
Right. No, that's not good though. It's not good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the only one that was in there was a racist bitch, and I was like, oh fuck, like, oh damn.
Oh, okay.
But the good part was there was this guy that came to that door part, where they go and just give people they got a tag to pick up a package. He opened that door and he told this dude, he's like, come over here, I'll get you, because he had a tag like I had.
Gotcha.
Okay, I went and got back in the thing, so I was telling about how that went down. I was like, It never fails, man. That post office gonna kill me. They gonna kill me from stress because I already know what to expect and the fact that they come through. How they come through every time?
Yeah.
How? How do they come through every time?
Postal employees, but
Oh
it
my
ain't
God.
necessarily that. I ain't gonna even put them like that because them is special ones. Every time you tell me, I'll be like,
Girl, I'm like, somebody
Easily.
emailed me saying, you know, I was expecting to get something Friday, and I told them, I was like, you know, I honestly have no faith in my postal system, but they have me pigeonholed by affordability, you know, and convenience. I was like, but I expect you should get it Friday if you don't let me know. If you don't let me know, I don't know what to tell you. That's it, I gotta use them. But I think you're gonna get it. I do think you are gonna get it Friday. Before Friday, excuse me. I can't, you know. And I think as we grow older, even though Eric puts a lot on me being the way I am, and justifiably, he's also more and more so realizes that this shit is real. You know, people ain't shit. Like, and they really do come through every time, not just at the post office, but in certain situations where I'm like, let me tell you what's gonna happen. Let me tell you how this is gonna play out, step for step. I know you don't think. I know you think it's possible, but you don't think it's likely. This is what's gonna happen right here. And you need to watch her, and you need to side eye when they talking about helping you. Really, I hate to say that, but you need to side eye that.
you better be careful. You right. You
Yeah.
better watch them.
Yeah.
Side the fuck out.
Yeah.
And front, side, up and down.
Yeah.
It's amazing how.
Because even if you're a nobody, if somebody gets called out for something, they're gonna just look for somebody else to call out for the same thing, and they're gonna have all millions of options, and you might be next, right? And you just might be next.
Absolutely right. They gonna make sure they have options.
Yeah, and especially don't be somebody that otherwise was on, you know, good terms with people who would actually listen. Then they gonna really want to fuck you up too. Be like, oh, well, look what such and such did. That's
Right.
Bitch.
I always say every day, I ain't tripping. I know if they want
Look.
a motherfucker, they got them.
period.
I ain't
Period.
tripping. I know this, man, without a doubt. If I'm wrong, then oh well, I'm going to err on the side of caution.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers got all they need.
Yeah,
if
they
they
do.
want me.
Yeah, they do.
They
They
really
ain't going to
do.
patrol shit because of that. People
I'm-
recognize they got me, y'all.
I was like, I'm gonna pull a Adele and just do some funny shit when I'm by myself. So they'd be like, nah, we can't text this because she crazy. She's so funny. When we need comedic relief, we go watch her and see what she talking about.
Be like, y'all, I don't.
Enjoy the bitch.
Yeah, enjoy this bitch. Look at her. Talking about, I don't want no trouble. She'll say it every time. I don't want no trouble. They can do what they want to. Just don't body snatch me, bitch. I ain't. You don't wanna. I ain't nothing to study. I'm like everybody else, I promise. Try to act like try to stand in line like iRobot. Try to step in line and be real still so Will Smith don't find me in the bunch.
I never saw that, I don't think.
Oh, girl. It was a point where he felt like the robot was the one that murdered the professor that creates the robots. And he felt like a robot did it. And so it was one robot that didn't just fall in line with everybody else, right? So he told the lady, he said, well, let me look at him. And she was like, nah, I can't let you. He was like, well, if you ain't got nothing to worry about, let me look at him. So he went into this big old warehouse, and it had all the robots in rows, just rows of the same exact fucking robot, right? So he started walking down the aisles and looking at them like a colonel would do to soldiers. Just walking down the aisle and eyeballing the robots, right? And everybody, it's robots. Who you eyeballing? And they all in the same rows. And so he started putting guns up to their heads, right? And so all of them wasn't moving. And then at one point, it was one in the back. I guess he saw him putting the guns to the robot's head. So he kind of ducked and went somewhere else. So, you know, he was the robot that wasn't a robot. That could think for himself.
Okay.
Yeah, he could think. To be like, oh, he finna shoot me in the head.
You know what I want to
Right.
do.
Right. And that's who he was looking for, the one that could think.
Yeah, and so when he moved, then Will Smith started shooting at him. And so he ran and he dove through the wall. The robot did. But the point is that like he was the one that could think for himself. So he knew that there was something to be afraid of.
So your weapons, you gonna be him.
Yup.
When the gun come up.
Yeah.
And still, so I don't get fucked up.
That's what I'ma do, girl. Bitch, I'ma stand like the robot. I'm an iRobot. iRobot.
No,
That's what
nothing.
I hear.
I don't know nothing. I don't see nothing. I don't know nothing. I don't see nothing. I don't know nothing. But don't point that gun at me.
Hungry, ain't you hungry?
I'm starved. I'm finna get off this phone right now, Heifer. I just enjoyed you so much because I mess around and medicated.
Oh, I love you.
I love you too.
When my husband come up here looking at me while I'm telling my boyfriend I love him.
Ah,
Looking at my phone, right?
Look, tell him your boyfriend love him too.
He telling me to tell your boyfriend I need food.
No, bitch, I said tell him I
He love you. My boyfriend there. Ain't shit.
go feed yourself. My breath getting stale for needing to eat.
Alright, that's when you know you're hungry. Stomach rubbing your back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, sis, love you.
I love you.
Talk to you soon. Okay, tell my boy I love